Hi there. My name is David Okoli. I'm a software engineering student of ALX. I'm Code 8. This is my portfolio project pitch. Let's just dive in without much ado. So, straight into the project. I call this project Ajuju, and it's just a native dialect for question. Inspiration basically is from Quora. I'm doing a tweak on a kind of Quora clone, and the tagline is ask no more and share. Let's dive into it. Now, I did this project alone. My name is David Okoli. I'm a full stack software engineer with a strong focus on backend. In a past life, I was an architectural designer and construction manager, and I have some transferable skills from there, like technical, creative, and innovative capabilities, which I bring into software engineering as I continue to grow in that new direction. I'm committed to wielding my exceptional problem solving abilities to tackle challenges and to have innovative solutions for problems as I face them head on. The project proper, Ajuju, and it's a powerful and efficient RESTful API backend service designed to fuel a client side application. It serves as the backbone of a fast and intuitive question and answer platform by connecting users who are eager to share their knowledge and experiences to questions that people ask, especially about their interest niche. How did you also allow users to engage in meaningful discussion, gain valuable insights from a vibrant community powered by a robust backend infrastructure? How did you ensure seamless communication, secure and authentication, and reliable data storage? Can join us as we embark on this great journey of building Ajuju. Now, my learning objectives are quite a lot on this project. Looking at the time I have to build it, I'm looking to improve my developmental skills, learn and implement a RESTful API design by following the principles, gain proficiency in database management by using PostgreSQL, develop good authentication and authorization systems. Then I also am looking at building a scalable and secure system by implementing efficient data storage and retrieval mechanisms, by ensuring data security through encryption and access control, and by optimizing performance by implementing cache. Load balancing strategies might come up later when I'm more or less scaling up, but for now, I think I'll just concentrate on the cache. I'm also looking at strengthening my problem solving abilities by ensuring that I analyze and solve complex technical challenges as they come up, debug and troubleshoot effectively, then implement effective error handling and logging mechanisms. Another drive is to ensure that I gain knowledge in collaboration in a full stack environment. Now, this might seem ironic because I'm doing the project alone, but then doesn't mean that I'm not quite open to my peer reviews or mentors who will sit with me and or review my code as I go along to ensure that I'm implementing the best backend practices. Client service that is going to use my backend service or fetch the API. I need to ensure that they clearly understand what I've done. So in terms of communication, I most likely will need to work on good documentations, understand what is up to date now in the industry, and how well to build a service that is seamless for others along the line to use and contribute. Major technologies that are powering Ajuju are basically with Node.js and Express. Express is a very light framework, right? It's minimalist and flexible, lightning fast, and it gives, I'll call it a good development experience. Then there's Prisma with PostgreSQL. I already spoke about PostgreSQL a bit before. It's a very efficient relational database and it ensures data integrity and efficient storage. I'll be using Prisma with it. Prisma is the object relational mapper, which means I just need to write my code and my objects are mapped to tables in the database. Good thing about Prisma is that Prisma enforces TypeScript, and in order to ensure robust error handling, debugging, and strong typing in this project, which is my preference. I've decided to go for Prisma because the only way to use Prisma with Node is to do it with TypeScript. Redis, like I said earlier, Redis is perfect for catching. So imagine I'm implementing a feature like forgotten password. It just needs to be perfect to cache the code with which to retrieve your forgotten password on Revit, save for 10 minutes for it to expire. And within that 10 minutes, you provide your code and you get to reset your password. Reddit just makes that seamless, enhances the security and performance of the feature within the caching. Then the JSON Web Token, there's always need for authentication and authorization. And it's also not really optimal to build your backend service in a way where your front end client has to save your password in order to always authorize or authenticate. So tokens are a way to go. And JSON Web Token is a third party package or library that encapsulates the whole idea of tokenization, which means you can set an expiry to your token, you can refresh your token and all that. And all the client needs to do is when a user logged in for the first time, payload that is returned is with a JSON token that cannot be manipulated by the client using it to authenticate or authorize a user. Other tools I'll be using TypeScript. I mentioned this earlier. TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript for type safety and enhanced tooling with strong typing. Now, this enables easier debugging, refactoring, and collaboration. It generally gives you a more robust building approach. There's Bcrypt. So Bcrypt will work together with JSON Web Token in terms of authentication or authorization, because well, authorization in this case, because the Bcrypt will more or less, rather than just save a password bare to a database, Bcrypt is going to hash the password, save the hashed password. Very good layer for authorization access and enhancement of security, working together with JWT token. Usually, some use Bcrypt alone or tokenization alone, but both of them together make your app more, in this case, my app, Ajuju, more robust in terms of security. So I'm using them together. Now, Heroku is just the platform I'll be using to host. Now, there are some challenges I've already thought about that I'm expecting to meet, and I've thought about some possible workarounds. As more and more tests or users or edge cases are introduced to the backend service, it's possible that aspects not previously thought about or not previously covered properly will pop up, and which could cause a impediment to whoever is using the service. Now, solution to this is just to implement the proper unit integration and automated testing processes, continuously test and validate the API endpoint, handle edge cases, and monitor the system. So I would have to work on this aggressively to overcome this challenge. Another is documentation. The backend service has to be such that it's easy for the client to consume, and how that will also work out, or what will contribute immensely to that, is by ensuring an easy to read, a legible, clear documentation on how these endpoints are being exposed and how they can be consumed. So it also gives a good developer experience. Some other software engineer can read documentation and collaborate with you effectively. Now, this is going to be done by maintaining clear documentation, including API specifications, necessary details, request and response formats, and any other dependencies. They will be established in the documentation. Scalability. Now, this is a problem, maybe not in the now. Possible solution is most likely horizontal scaling, which means using of load balancers, and auto scaling, which means distribute traffic of the payload or whatever is made in the app across different content management system. Now, I have a board I've set up, a Trello board, that basically just shows my workflow, the things I've set to do. I just put dates to ensure that I'm quite aware of what I'm doing part time, because the trick to solving a huge problem is to break it into minor, tinier problems and delve into them bit by bit. As I've gone through and I'm comfortable with what I've done so far, they are moved to the approved column or in the progress column. So this too could easily move to the in progress column. This also is in progress. This also is in progress. So as I go through this and do them and test them and they are fine, I move them to in progress or tested, depending on which. And when I'm done, I would move them to dev complete. I've planned to approach it in a way where I'm not just only borrowing off an inspiration, but I'm also making sure that I'm learning by doing a professional and robust backend service. Thank you very much for going through this journey with me. It's going to be an exciting project. I'm quite excited about it, especially using TypeScript. Thank you.